What is up, swimmers and swammers? Welcome to day 8, the last day of these 2025 World Championships from Singapore. I'm Coleman Hodges. Thanks for tuning in to this last day. Thanks for sticking around with us all week long. It's been a long meet. It's been a very exciting meet. We've seen a lot of really fast and exciting swims. And now we are on this last day. I wanted to pop on just a little bit early to make sure we have enough time to recap the day 8 prelims because they were not inconsequential. So it is about 6:45 a.m. Eastern time for me. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Wherever you're tuning in from, I hope you got some sleep last night. I hope it's not too early, and I hope you've got some good coffee on the way because we should be getting some natural caffeine as well from this last final session. The best part about day 8 is that every race we will see is a final, is a medal event, and so it's high octane, go. Every race matters on this last day. But let's dive into day 8 prelims, which happened about 9 hours ago. We've got about 15 minutes until racing starts in Singapore for this last session. So we had both 400 IMs and then both 4x1 medley relays as well. And so for the men's 400 IM, Tomoyuki Matsushita, the I think silver medalist from Paris, silver or bronze medalist from Paris last year. 20-year-old, 19-year-old now. Or no, he just turned 20 on August 1st. He's your top seed. He went 410. But there was a lot of guys tightly bunched in this prelim session. The top 5 seeds are all within 1.1 roughly of each other. Leon Marchand cut it close. He was 413.1. 413.8 was 9th. And so he's in there. He's going to be in lane 1, which will be very fun to see. We usually see him in a middle lane, and now he's going to just be out there outside smoking it. But he is in the final, as is Gabor Zambori of Hungary, Brendan Smith, Maxime Stupin, Max Litchfield of Britain, Ilya Borodin, Asaki Nishikawa of Japan, Matsushita's running mate. So that'll be your final for the men. Carson Foster, as we reported, scratched and did not swim the prelims. Neither did Wang Shun or Matt Sates. I haven't seen Matt Sates' name pop up much at these World Championships, unfortunately. And Rex Maurer, who is the other American in this event, did swim it, but he was 20th at 419.3. He has not been having the best world champs. And again, it has seemed like he was impacted by that illness that was going around Team USA. For the women's 400 IM, pretty much what you would expect. Summer McIntosh is your top seed. Jenna Forrester of Australia is behind her. UZD of China, the 12-year-old from China, is the 3rd seed. Waka Kabori of Japan. Sorry about that. Number 4, Emma Wyant of the United States. Mia Norito, the other Japanese swimmer, behind her. Katie Grimes, the other American swimmer, behind her. And Freya Colbert of Britain round out the top 8. Colbert was 438.3. Ellen Walsh of Ireland, who's been having a really good meet, was 9th at 438.7. So just 4/10 out of it. And then it really drops off. Abby Wood of Britain was 10th at 441. So no big surprises there. Should be a really good heat for the women's 400 IM as well. And then, sorry guys, it's been a long week. I have not slept as much as I would have liked to. I'll try to keep my eyes open through this session though. So then we have the medley relays, and this is where it gets really interesting, especially for the men. USA fielded a very solid prelim swim, 329.6. They're the top seed. You had Tommy Janton going 53-2. Campbell McKean 59-3. Dare Rose 50.3. And Jack Alexi 46-7. So great relay. Great prelims relay. I was very confused as to what might happen in the finals relay in terms of lineup for USA. And honestly, going into finals, my guess was Shane Casas, Josh Matheny, Luca Orlando, and Patrick Salmon. I couldn't have been more wrong, but that's, again, US is known for swimming one lineup in prelims and another lineup in finals. So I was, just that was my speculation. I could see it making sense in my brain if they thought Shane Casas could pop a good 100 back, and they thought Luca could pop a good 100 fly. Patrick Salmon went 46-7 in the mixed free relay yesterday. Couldn't have been more wrong, because we have the finals lineups, and the U.S. is going with Tommy Janton, Josh Matheny, Dare Rose, and Jack Alexi. So they're only subbing out Campbell McKean for Josh Matheny, which I think makes sense. Dare Rose on fly, I'm fine with. He has been reliable on that leg in the past. Jack Alexi, anchor, love that. Tommy Janton on back. I guess that is the best backstroke option that the U.S. has right now, or that they feel that they have right now. So I do not foresee the U.S. being out in front, which might be a problem, honestly. But I don't think a lot of swim fans had high hopes for that men's medley relay coming into this meet anyway. So we'll see what happens. You never know on the last day. But other notes about the men's medley relay prelims: you've got the neutral athletes B, which are the athletes from Russia, Italy, Canada, Netherlands, Great Britain, France, and Korea, which means China, the defending Olympic champion, is out. They missed by 0.15. They are ninth. Poland is also out, and Australia is also out. They missed by 0.3. So from, let's see, 7th to 12th, there was 0.6. So that's 6 spots were all within 0.6 of each other. 6 teams, all within 0.6 of each other, and only 2 of those teams qualified as 7th and 8th. So really, really tightly bunched. We saw that in the mixed free relay as well yesterday, when Australia missed the final once again. And so that's a pretty big surprise to see China not making it. I don't think Australia would have been particularly competitive, but pretty surprising to see them miss it as well, just because you had Kyle Chalmers anchoring, and he split 48-3. He's Mr. 46 mid very consistently. And even if he would have been a second fat, 47 mid, they would have easily made the final. So just, a little bit of a surprise. And then obviously to see China not even make the final. You had Wang Xun leading off in backstroke, and he was 53.9. Usually they have Zhu Jiayu. He didn't have a great meet, so I'm guessing he is not on form, hoping he's not sick. But I guess China's meet is over now for all those male swimmers, and we've seen Wang Xun not be at his best at these meets of the past, and there was some speculation that some Chinese swimmers might opt to choose for I think it's the Chinese championships later in the year. So they might go all in on that one, but pretty big surprise in that regard, to not see China in that final. Finals lineups, other finals lineups that are intriguing for the men. France has Johan Ndoye Brouard, Leon Marchand, Maxime Grousset. The first 3 legs of their bronze medal winning relay from Paris last year. And then Jan Lagoff is anchoring. So they're in lane 1, as is Leon in the 400 IM. So look for some outside smoke there. Italy with Thomas Ciccone, Niccolo Martinenghi, Federico Brdizzo, and Carlos D'Ambrosio. Again, those first 3 legs were the team that won the world title in this event in 2022. So they will be quite good. And then they're in lane 3, US lane 4, and then neutral athletes B, which is Russia, is in lane 5. Myron Leventsev, Kirill Prigoda, Andrei Minikov, and Igor Kornev. I think most people would tell you that's the favorite team heading into this one. They're going to be really, really tough to beat. That's all around. It's a really solid, balanced relay. So we will see how that goes. On the women's side, I think it's a little more cut and dry. The U.S. is the top seed. Australia is behind them. You've got Germany, China, Japan, Canada, Great Britain, and neutral athletes B in there as well. But the U.S. kind of looks like the Russian athletes for the men's side. But even more so, honestly. The finals relay is Reagan Smith, Kate Douglas, Gretchen Walsh, and Tori Husk. And for a reminder, if you need one, Reagan Smith, silver in the 100 back, Kate Douglas, silver in the 100 breast, Gretchen Walsh, gold in the 100 fly, and Tori Husk, bronze in the 100 free. So I don't think they're losing that one. And now we've got Mel Stewart. What's up, Mel? What's up, buddy?
Wah wah.
Tired?
I woke up 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, you say that every morning.
I'm a tired Melvin.
I'm a sleepy Melvin.
Yeah, I want to be here to hear the opening of NBC's coverage because Rowdy's going to make a statement on the AP article that we reported on.
Okay.
And Michael Phelps
Mm-hmm.
meme. He's gonna make a statement about that.
The Phelps meme.
Phelps meme.
We talked about that a little the other day, but yeah, in case I just finished my prelims recap, so this is perfect timing.
Prelims recap. How am I going to know what's going on?
It's all finals races. You'll figure it out. Yeah. It's the last day.
Let me pull up the Peacock.
Yeah. So if you're watching in the US out there, you can follow along with us on Peacock. If you want to watch day 8 finals as well. But if you don't know, if you didn't see, Ryan Lochte posted a meme on his Instagram story the other day that essentially said, "This is the death of USA Swimming, RIP." And Michael Phelps reposted it. And if you have insider knowledge, you know that, well, at least Michael Phelps wasn't referring to the athletes. He was referring to leadership. I honestly don't know where Ryan Lochte's mind was at, so I don't totally want to speak for him. But I think everyone who saw it took it personally. No matter.
Everyone took it personally. But we know Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps has been in the background quietly. Has been communicating with the leaders in the sport, like the shareholders in the sport, from Olympians to club owners to you name it. And it's really been a long discussion about what's wrong and what can we do to become better.
Yeah,
it's really been a long, serious discussion, and there was a discussion about that being public and being, and it never went public. So it hasn't gone public yet. But Phelps is not talking about athletes; he's talking about governance and leadership, 100%.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up the Peacock. Let's pull up Peacock up.
I got a Peacock.
Because Rowdy's gonna make a statement. I want to hear the statement. Coverage will begin shortly. Wow, I am sore, man. I lifted yesterday. I swam yesterday.
Oh yeah. What do you swimming, Mel? What are you swimming?
I mostly do breaststroke. I do Warm up.
Your legs allow you to do breaststroke with those
I actually
stubby
do
little
dolphin kick.
legs.
I swim
Okay.
breaststroke, and I do dolphin. So like a warm up, and then I do 25, and I do 8 kicks off each wall, and I do mostly dolphin. I do dolphin kick with breaststroke. What is happening?
In case you're we're looking at the medal table. I'm seeing the medal table right now.
It like pops up in the middle of highlights for Katie Ledecky.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pretend to understand NBC. In
I
case
mean,
you're curious out there, swim fans, Mel and I raced one time in a 25 underwater. He challenged me to a 25 underwater, which I at the time I thought was pretty embarrassing. And just in case you're wondering who wins between a sectional level swimmer and an Olympian, it's the Olympian. It's the Olympian. And speaking of Olympians, we've got Craig Oppel. Craig, well, we can't see you. Can we hear you?
Greg Oppel. Greg Oppel is underwater dolphin kick in the freestyle. Those guys are fun to play with and train with and race against. For those kids who are Rowdy Gaines, the same way. He's pre underwater dolphin kick, so you can crush him in practice.
What's going on, Craig? We can't.
Craig's figuring it out. You brought him in too soon.
He's figuring it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Craig, like you get,
we're gonna delay it.
Hand signal or something. Because I come in here, I'm dead to the wind, and you're just like popping me on. Man, I was taking a nap the other day, and you brought me in.
Well,
listen.
I'm not gonna apologize.
Can you hear?
What?
I'm listening to me. See,
is Rowdy talking? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Michael Phelps cares about the athletes, just like Rowdy Gaines.
Am I watching the wrong stream? I am. Let's see. Here we go. Is he still talking? I just saw the medal table, and I'm going to let you listen in on that. U.S. has 8 gold medals. Australia has 7 as it currently stands. I don't think Australia has many gold medal opportunities in this session. So
I think you have this statement already.
Okay.
Rough idea, because I have some drafts of it.
All right. We got Craig now.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, Craig?
Today.
Excited.
My brain's still needing a hug.
Oh,
I understand. Let me get you in here. So the Rowdy Gaines statement was that Rowdy and Phelps really they love the swimmers, the national team. This wasn't pointed at the national team or the coaches. It was pointed at leadership. And he talks about USA Swimming being searching for a new CEO, but taking over a year, and that we're in a domestic Olympic run-up, we're going a year without a leader is just unacceptable, and leadership impacts everything, and that's what all this emotion and posting on social is about. So that was Rowdy's statement at the top of the show. Now we're caught up.
Let me grab my coffee real quick. I'll be back in shortly. They're walking out for the 50 right now.
Yeah, men's 50 backstrokes walking out. Craig's getting his coffee. If you're unindoctrinated to swimming history and swimming roots, Craig Oppel is an Olympic champion from 1988 and a 4-time world champion in the 4x2, 4x1, and individual 200 freestyle. So that's who we've got. Oh, and we've got another Olympian, Annie Lazor. What's up? How's it going?
Hey, Coleman. How are you?
It's day 8.
It's day 8.
But you're like 2 weeks into week-long meets. right? I mean, how was you were coaching at WUGs?
I was coaching at WUGs. Yes. WUGs was awesome. It was a great first coaching experience for me. I think when I was I was in college. Obviously, I was in college, and I didn't make the WUGs team. I think I made Pan Ams instead. So I never
Okay.
went to WUGs. So it was my first time being on a WUGs team, and it was an awesome experience. I mean, the kids swam great, which makes it easier as a coaching staff to make difficult decisions and stuff. And we had an amazing staff. Staff was awesome. So
That's really cool to hear. Okay, sorry. Men's 50 back final is in the water for me.
Get me in the water.
McCarty's out in lane 1 for the U.S. I cannot tell what's happening. There's just a lot of splashing.
I was going to say this camera right there. We go. They finally switched the camera angle.
Yeah. I think that's Kalashnikov in lane 4. That's the world record holder. He looks stellar.
Ooh, 23:58, 23:68.
68. I can't really tell what his reaction was, but he did react.
Great swim. Tie for second.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. So, 23:68 for Kalashnikov, and then you've got Peter Kotze and Pavel Simosenko. He's from the Neutral Athletes B as well. Yeah, tied for 24:17. Quentin McCarty, 24:58, 5th in the world. Not bad for his first Worlds. But 23:68 championship record for Clement Kalashnikov. Man, oh my God. Do you see Quentin McCarty's chest?
No,
it's a lot of slapping.
No. It's all right.
That's all right. That's a great first swim for your first Worlds, I think.
Hang on, I'm still waking up. Annie, so you went on your first national team trip as a coach was WUGs? Okay.
Yeah.
My understanding, I never was a part of WUGs. I was on every other national team, Pan Pacs, Worlds, Olympics, but never WUGs. My understanding is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, our situation was a little bit different than a normal WUG situation with the village and a dining hall situation. And we still had a dining hall inside the hotel, but we were about like a 6-hour train ride away from where WUGs was actually happening. Yeah, it was happening much closer to Munich. So we were in Berlin. So all the aquatics were basically in the same 2 hotels. And in our hotel, on the ground floor, there was a big dining hall. So honestly, probably one of the easiest situations in terms of like all the outside factors that I've ever been on, both as an athlete or as a coach. Everyone walked to the pool. Like it was a 6-minute walk. You walked down to the train station and you walked across the train station, you walked up a couple stairs and you were at the pool. So really, like once we got in the routine of things, Yuri was like, listen, you guys just, to the athletes, was like, communicate with your coach on when you're heading to the pool and make sure you're not walking by yourself. But then once we got into the meet, people were like, okay, you're all right to go by yourself. So it was, I mean, no buses, no like making sure everyone's in the place they need to be in. Like it was awesome. Like that was really, really nice. So gave the kids a little bit of autonomy as well too, over when they needed to be places and take control kind of over, made it normalized a little bit more for them, which I think maybe contributed to some fast swimming. So they did a great job, but yeah, there was no village for us. We were in a hotel and so that kind of took a lot of the factors out of maybe some of those international meets, how they can be, and some of those unknowns took that out of it a little bit.
How much did you find, sorry, Mel, how much did you find that just because the athletes were older, that they were easier to deal with as a first-time coach?
I mean, I thought they were really easy to deal with. I really only had 2 or 3 swimmers that I did not coach at Florida. So I had my Florida athletes that I was coaching and then just 2 or 3 more. And, it really depends on kind of your communication with their coach back at home and kind of what they want. I had one coach that was setting me specific practices every single day for their athlete to do. And I had one coach that was like, a girl that won the 800, and her coach was awesome, and he was like, she's got a 7K today, like 3K warm up, 3,500 active rest. Go ahead and write it. And I'm like, okay. So that was definitely like kind of challenged me as a coach too, which was great, because I'm like, I really hope I don't mess this up. Like, she's done all this work, and but at that point when you get to the meet, the work is done. So I feel like that kind of gave them a little bit more of a professional sense of things. And I mean, I've really only been working with college athletes, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them at a pretty high functioning level. So I was used to that in a sense, but then, getting to know new people and just kind of being whatever they need me to be in that moment while their coach isn't there, that was a whole different element as well too. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I just wanted to be a vessel for their success. So yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed getting to know the other kids. And that's the best part about those meets, right? Is just like creating a community of more people that in the sport. Even as a coach, I really enjoyed that. Even though I knew most of the coaches already, getting to know the athletes as well too was awesome. So that was the best part for me in terms of helping the athlete as well.
That sounds great. We had one of your athletes on yesterday. Izzy Ivy joined us, who was, I mean, honestly, a superstar at that meet. I think 5 relay golds. Sorry, U.S. swept the relays, all relays at WUGs. 50 medals, 27 gold. It's pretty staggering. But okay, sorry. We've got Lilly King's last race coming up.
Is this actually it for her?
This is it.
This is it.
She's talked about this being it for a while. She doesn't publicize that. I think she kind of like needed that to kind of prepare herself, but she's ready. She's ready. So I'm happy for her, and I think Ray's gonna cry. So yeah, he'll cry behind the scenes. He won't cry on camera, but
come on, Ray.
No, he'll
show a little emotion.
He can be a little softy. So yeah, I know he's gonna be sad. All right, Lil, come on, girl, let's do it.
He's NBC was doing a huge, they were doing a lot of media coverage with Ray and with her, and it looked like they got about 2 minutes. Yes, Ray is gruff and tough. He's also incredibly smart. Ray was my roommate. Mike Behrman wasn't my roommate on the national team. I roomed with Ray.
Yeah, people don't know about Ray. Ray was a Rhodes Scholar finalist.
Yeah, this is the smartest man. This is the smartest man in swimming.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter was too.
People do not realize how smart he is.
Yeah,
he could have gone down a much different path, and although he's obviously an extremely successful coach, like, he could have been very successful in multiple other avenues as well too. Yeah, he's very smart.
Well, I always knew he was smart. My daughter's a Rhodes Scholar finalist too, and I just never realized how he got into swimming. I mean, the other one that strikes me like that is Pablo, who's a law graduate from an Ivy League institution, and he coaches at Cornell, and good for them.
Pablo got his law degree from Cornell. He coached.
Right.
Yeah, he coached went
to Stanford and coached, and now coaches at Nebraska.
And has for a very, very, very long time. I think Ray, people fall in love with swimming. This is their family. It's a nice warm blanket. It.
Yeah.
It's a global family. It's a good family to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a unique family. I mean, let's be honest, we're different creatures.
That's fair. I think that's more than fair to say. We're behind the blocks. There's a lot of serious faces and drama here, and there's a lot of speed in this field.
Yeah.
So
the 3 previous world record holders and the current world record holder.
Yeah. All right, they're in the water. Solid start. They are bunched up.
Yeah.
Annie, do you understand the 50?
No.
You don't, do you? I don't understand the
Not as much
55.
as I probably should. Like, probably not as much as I should. I think my best time maybe from when I took out my 100, but that's neither here nor there.
What do we got? What 29.55.
29.55.
I'm behind you guys.
Udamala Tute.
Yeah. I
Gosh,
mean,
fourth.
Lilly had a very long finish.
Yep.
I think she ended up 5th.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she looks at peace. I'm seeing her now.
Yeah, she is. She's fine with it.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling, that last swim.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you win the 100 and 200 breast, all 4 years of college, and you pick up Olympic gold medals, you're at peace when you finish. That's what I don't know what being at peace with swimming would be, but I think that might be what it looks like.
Yeah, it's such an underrated element to your professional career. I feel like I remember in my last race, like I kind of was the same as Lilly. I kind of chose my exit, and so, I remember my last race, like hitting the turn or whatever, and being like, okay, like it's time to go. And then I remember I'm like, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Enjoy it. And I didn't really think that much in my races, but yeah, that's what I remember thinking. But I'm super proud of her. I know that just enjoying her last year, she changed some things up quite a bit in her training to allow herself to enjoy it a little bit more. I really think she's okay with it. Like, she's at peace. She feels fulfilled. I think she's good. But I'm super happy for her. She's got some really exciting stuff coming up the next couple months. Her wedding's in October. So that'll be awesome. She's ready. She's ready for the next stages of her life for sure.
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, she's laughing with the on deck interview right now. She got to talk to Beisel right after. It's like seems like she's having a good time.
Yeah. I talk to her in some capacity. I mean, pretty much every day. Except for the days she was sick. She went dark for like 3 days. I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "No,
no."
she was down bad, and she does not get sick. Like, the years we were training together, I'm like, "How does this girl like never ever get sick?" And she doesn't. But she was like, "No." I was like, "She's lighter now than I think she said her weight. She's lighter now than she was like." The latest she's been since maybe middle of high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's taken a toll on, and she's far from the only one that's like that on the team right now.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of athletes. They're just leaned out. Everything is sapped from their body, and you can't. And you're supposed to. You don't feel strong.
You just have no power.
Or emotionally. No, you're just you're. That's so funny. You were like, no. You're saying no.
Yeah, I'll spare you the details, but she was down pretty bad until probably the day before the 100 was the first day that she was like, okay, I can get in like 1,500 in the pool and I'll be sweet. It was rough. So I'm proud of her. She's the only one I really know all the details about, which not sure I need to know all of that, but she's one of my best friends, so it's fine.
I think you can keep the details to yourself.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah,
you want to know the details.
Yeah. No, well, we had Melanie. we had Melanie Margalis on the other day, and she was saying, especially to have to get on a plane and go from Thailand to Singapore, like while you're going through that, it's like, Melanie had been like, you couldn't get me out of the hotel. I would just be curled in a ball.
No,
it's still in Thailand.
There's nothing worse than traveling when you're sick. Like, not being
especially vomiting,
all the things that came with their issues. Like, absolutely not. There's nothing worse than traveling when you feel that way. Like, absolutely nothing worse.
No, there's nothing worse than travel. We can travel nauseous, and you can travel sick, and you travel and it's coming out the other end. bad news.
Yeah.
This is just kill me now. I'm gonna die now. This game's
Yeah.
over.
Like I'll do anything. I will literally do anything to not feel the way I feel right now. Like
I'm like, you're talking to the gods. Just take me.
Yeah,
That's enough. I've had enough pressure. I know what pressure feels like. I've had this experience. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Once your stomach goes, then it's like, oh no. I thought I was strong. I'm actually weak. I'm actually very, very weak.
I always tell people, like, if I was being tortured in war, I'd be so easy to be tortured. It'd just be like, make me cold, make me jump in a cold pool. It's like 2 degrees colder than 78, 79. Kind of bright light in my eye, or make my stomach a little bit queasy. And I'd be like, take everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you anything.
I'll tell you anything. Just leave me alone.
Wow, they're showing Lilly's stats right now. 6-time Olympic medalist, 11-time world champion. She's still the world record holder in the 100 breast.
Yeah. And no one's really come close, to be honest with you. Like, how many people have gone 104 the last 10 years?
I feel like it's
and
Lilly.
Lilly. Say, Coleman, you're the man with the stats.
104.9 though, not really that close.
Yeah. And now we've got Nic Fink. Yeah. What's up, Nick?
Nick.
Hey everyone.
How's it going?
Good morning, Nick.
Good morning. Sorry it took me a couple minutes. I'm a little late. I take the opportunities to sleep in these days. So
I wish I could say the same. This meet is not conducive to that, but that's okay. But we were talking about how many women in the past decade have been 104 in the 100 breast. I don't know if you're much of a numbers person, but like you said, Annie, Lydia was like 4'9".
The girl from China, and
Yu Ting. I think that's her name.
And
I think
and
Tang Kinting. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's who it is. And maybe Ruda was 104 like a couple years ago. She had like a resurgence, and maybe, but like I don't even know if that's correct.
Yeah,
that's it.
So that's 5. That's 4, maybe 5.
4. Yeah.
But I mean, you see Anna winning this meet in a great swim for her, but 105.1.
105.1 is fast. That's faster than what won the Olympics last summer. That's faster than what's won previous world championships the last, 3 or 4 years. Lydia won the Olympics in 104.9. That's the fastest it's been since then. In 2021. So it's been 4 years.
Big drop for her too, right?
Yeah. Big drop for her. Yeah, that was a great swim for her.
Yeah. No, that was really good swim. Super happy for Carol and Mitch, her coaches back in Austin. Sent them a text right after that. That was super cool to see. We've got women's 50 free final behind the blocks. Pure speed, pure adrenaline, 2 Americans. I would love to see Kasha Wasik pull out a dub and get a world title. I think she's 33 at this point.
Cheers.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
I'd support that. She's
Oh yeah, you trained with Kasha, right? Or sort of.
Yeah, we were in the same orbit out in Dallas. So she's great though. Yeah, it's I'm definitely rooting for her along with the Americans here.
Yeah, I mean, she swam at USC, I think NCAA champion in the 400 free relay, but like in 2016. And then I think it took some time. It stepped away for a little bit, came back as a sprinter, which is what we all want to do, really.
I'll tell you what, she can scoot. When she puts paddles on, she is gone.
Wow. Yeah. I bet. Okay. Wow. This is a weird angle because I'm seeing Meg Harris.
Yeah.
Lane 6.
She won it.
Holy moly.
24:02. Meg Harris. Where is?
Wow, that was kind of wonky.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. I'm sitting here trying to get my head wrapped around those results.
We're all trying to read the results in the 6 seconds that they're up on screen.
And you guys are 25 seconds ahead of me, I think.
That yeah, but you're in Atlanta, right, Nick?
Yeah. Yep.
That's so interesting.
It was decadent. You get to sleep in this morning
because you're still on Eastern time. I don't know what's going on there, but so Meg Harris 24:02, Wu Qingfang of China 24:26, and Cheng Yuji of China 24:28. That's the podium. 24:4, Gretchen Walsh was 4th. Tori was 24:5 for 6th. And yeah, Kasha was 24:7 for 8th. It's just that was a weird heat.
That's weird.
Yeah.
A lot going on there. But kudos to Meg Harris. She's been having a great meet. She was split 51 on Australia's 400 free relay. Gold there, and then world title here.
I mean, it wasn't even close either for 50.
Yeah, she won by a couple tenths. So I mean, she really put it out there. Okay, Dave Durden came on yesterday, and speaking of 50s, and we were talking about this. He's like, especially for short course, for backstroke and breaststroke, he's like, yeah, I tell him not to really breathe in a 50. Is that something? I mean, Annie, especially you as a coach, is that something you ever think about when you're working with athletes doing uber short races like that in like not freestyle or butterfly?
Not really, but I guess it does kind of make sense. Like I have experimented like in that realm as an athlete, like not breathing or not taking that time to breathe. And obviously I wasn't very good at it. So I never really did that, but especially for like a 200 medley relay situation, short course yards, like, yeah, you don't need to breathe for, 20 plus seconds. So yeah, I could see that for sure. Like they don't really need to breathe.
Sprinting, all this stuff about sprinting sounds magical to me, and oftentimes I think it's BS because I'm like, look, you either have fast twitch fibers or you don't.
Yeah.
I know you're born with it, but here's the thing: you do see certain athletes go their whole career. They can pop off 200s, 400s, and then suddenly, like they get into the deep into the veteran years, and they start popping off fast 50s and 100s. And I was always so jealous of them because they could make that transition. Nick, you found speed. You found those late years big man strength. What happened? How does it happen?
I think I don't know. It's like interesting because I think I always had that sort of athleticism and like explosiveness and stuff. I guess Jack Bowerly loves to talk about how I dunked on my recruiting trip, and he's like, "Okay, we gotta get this guy on the team."
Okay, that's a flex.
Stop! You gotta stop right there. You dunked in like dunk?
Yeah.
Like
what is your vertical
dunk?
leap?
What?
What's your vertical leap?
I don't think numbers can capture my vertical leap. No, I don't know off the top of my head.
As the old man of the, go ahead now.
I'll tell you how tall are you, and I'll tell you what your vertical leap is.
6'3".
Okay, you're 6'3". Go ahead, tell your story. I'm going to do the math.
No, I was going to say, as the old man of the group, I'm glad that even the young swimmers all think they still play basketball. Every swimmer I know thinks that they're a basketball player.
I interrupted you. Please finish your story.
Yeah, no. So I did, and he's like, "We got to get this guy on the team." So I think from a standpoint, he saw, the athleticism, the pop was there, but then I was also able to do like these 200 workouts, these 400 IM workouts, like breaststroke and stuff like that. So I think, for me in particular, I've always kind of had the range. Like if I was into, like if he saw the pop, saw the athleticism, but I couldn't string together those longer workouts. Maybe I would have like gone more into 150 focus earlier on in my career, but since I had all the tools for the distances, I kind of trained everything. So, and then I got to a point where I didn't want to put in the 200 work anymore and started focusing on the 100 and the 50. And then all of a sudden that part of my career took off. So that's kind of my, my story on how the 200, 150 kind of.
But I think that everybody would agree the best part of your career, you know, it's like
well, yeah, certainly. And I think, but the cool part is I think they're all kind of connected and they all help each other out. And like, I don't think I could have done all those things I did in the later part of my career without like the Georgia training and all that stuff. And I think Mike Norman kind of characterized it once as like someone asked him like, how did you do it? How did you flip the switch with Nick? And he's like, listen, Nick came to me as a perfectly cooked steak. I just added a little bit of seasoning and like made it a dish. Is like that's all it is. So I think it was an awesome kind of combination of all the coaching and all the training that I've done and the new stuff, the old stuff, and I think that's kind of how it ended up working out.
Just for those nerds out there who really care about this stuff, I think the vertical leap matters greatly for athletes. For you just to barely dunk at your height, your vertical leap's about 32 inches. If you're somebody who is cleanly dunking a basketball at that, you know, your vertical leap's 34 to 36 inches. Now, when you get into the 34 to 36 inch range, you're in the top 10 to 15% of the NBA. So let's call it what it is. This is some real talent. I'm excited.
He probably will tell the story that I did like some windmill reverse dunk, but I don't think it happened that way.
And I have the information here. If you are a power dunker at that age, then if you power dunk, you're 38 to 42 inches. And we know that Caleb Dressel was a 42-inch vertical leap because we know the year that we reported that he beat all NBA vertical leapers. He beat all the NBA. So swimmers got hops.
We gotta get Jack Bowerly on here to get the story straight.
I did not know this metric about you, and it's so interesting.
Yeah, I was always pretty good off the blocks, but
that's very true. I think you were consistently one of the best or first to 15.
Mm-hmm.
Annie and I are sitting over here, and our vertical leaps are under 10 inches. I know about Annie's career.
Mine's not terrible, actually. It's not that bad. Like I was one of the more athletic swimmers in the weight room for sure. Like I don't know if I was pushing the most weight, but in terms of like athleticism and, you know, jumping and stuff like that, like I played soccer till I was like 15. So I wasn't just an aquatic athlete. So that kind of stuff in like circuits and stuff like that, I was really good at that. But yeah, like jumping, I was okay. But you know, that kind of athletic stuff, I was okay. And I think like my soccer background, playing for that long, it never really like actually goes away, you know? So yeah, I was okay at that, but just the actual fast twitch, like in the water, I just was like, this is not, I don't have it.
we should all know this. I apologize for not. What was your father's career, Nick?
My dad's career?
Yeah.
Well, he did play basketball in D2, but then he worked for the NBA for a little bit, or for a long bit, I guess. But that's what he did.
I thought there was a connection there. There was okay.
What did he do?
He worked in special events and management. So he actually, like, some cool background is he ended up like working with Team USA and stuff. So it's like really funny because he'd have a picture. I think he's got a picture printed out with like Phelps, like before I was even like, I was like just a club swimmer, you know? So it was like kind of cool that he was in those circles of, you know, elite athletes and stuff. And that was when me and my sister were just like chilling, doing club and stuff. So he that was what he did. So that's why I grew up playing basketball, but found out really early that I wasn't a basketball player.
That's awesome. I had no idea. So NBC is showing the medal table now. I just had to say, I don't think Australia is getting many gold medal opportunities tonight. They got one, and now we are tied for gold medals with Australia, 8-8. But the U.S. is legitimately ahead because we have many more other color of medals. But now we're entering the men's 1500, which is going to be a really exciting race.
I have to say, Coleman, to say that Australia doesn't have chances is a bold statement given how weird this meet has been.
I obviously wasn't paying attention the first 7 days. I underestimated Meg Harris in a big way.
I just think at this meet, anybody has a chance if you're in the top 8, period.
It has been a wonky meet. It's with illness, I think, everyone's in such a different place, right? Like you go into an Olympics and everyone is so locked in, but this meet, some people took 6 months off. Some people are mentally just kind of like, whatever. Some people are really locked in. Anything can happen. Like you said, Craig, it's, but we're go ahead.
That's the interesting thing, I guess, in today's swimmer. I mean, back in my day and probably Mel's day, there wasn't that much money involved. So after college, with the exception of very few people, you were done on your senior year, your NCAAs. And so you really had one shot at Worlds, one shot at the Olympics for, 90-95% of the athletes. And now, because you can stay in it because of the money, you can do all sorts of things, which is wonderful. So, I watch the meet and I'm sitting, how much is illness? How much of people just, not necessarily taking this thing seriously because of just on a planned break? There's a lot to what's going on. And, you talk about the illness and everything else, but I just don't think it's a pig through a python kind of analogy. I think everybody has their own story. I don't think it's 100% illness, although I'm certainly, that's certainly one of the bigger dogs in the fight.
Yeah,
this is based on the intelligence we've gotten, but it's going to be unpacked after the fact. This definitely hit a big swath of many teams, and it's been bad. I've spoken to a few parents. I can't tell you who I've talked to, but I mean, I'm talking to people whose parents and their kids are winning medals, and they're like, "Oh, this is bad." This is really rough.
Were you with us in Madrid in '86, Mel, when we all got so sick?
I was at Goodwill Games. You guys were at World Championships in Madrid. I was just talking to Matt Solinsky, and he's like, it was rough.
Oh, my God.
I freaking love Madrid. That makes me so sad that you guys get sick.
It was awful.
We are in the water for the men's 1,500-meter freestyle. We're hoping for some magic.
I'm going to say this. Bobby Fink is in lane 2, and a lot of the other speed, I think, is kind of on the other side of the pool. But Kuzi Tinseli of Turkey, he's a rising distance star. He's in lane 3, and if I'm him right now, he's going out fast. If I'm him right now, I'm crapping my pants because I've got Bobby Fink, the world record
maybe
holder,
literally
on one side. Yeah, maybe literally with illness going around.
That's right.
And Florian Wellbrock, who's the quadruple open water gold medalist on the other side of me. And that kid is currently in the lead. 100 meters in.
I missed his age. How old is he?
Let's see.
Why not? What does he have to lose?
A good point. He was born in August 30, 2007. So he's 17.
He's about to turn 18. He's not 18
Oh
yet.
my God.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that young.
These are your best mile years. 17 and 35.
Yeah, before you know anything.
Never say the year of the person born again.
We've got a Greg Meehan interview.
Hang on. I'm gonna turn my mic off and listen.
So Mel's gonna listen in to see what Greg has to say. I love that Greg is forward facing. He's coming on the broadcast. He's speaking to the media. He's giving everyone a glimpse inside of Team USA. I feel like it's having that passion that directors and everything is we're being communicated to by Greg.
Well, Bobby's at the 200 at 54.
Yeah, Bobby's going for it. Which, I mean, I think the strategy worked for him in Paris.
Yeah.
And heading into this race, I'm kind of like, why wouldn't he do that again?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a testament to like how he can be flexible with his race strategy. That's such a strength to have, especially in an event like this where, there can be 8 different strategies in 8 different lanes. For him to be able to be flexible with his strategy and move things around and just do. One thing about Bobby is he will literally do whatever it takes to win. If it's, whether it's going to the very, very far end or like, sometimes at trials where he just kind of does what he needs to do to win and qualify so that he can move on for the next day and do his other events. Like, it's on both ends of the spectrum. Like, he will do literally whatever it takes.
I've been told so Bobby's girlfriend, Ellie's wife is from my hometown. She swam on my club team. And she said, yeah, he doesn't really even like swimming that much. He just likes winning. Which Annie, you probably know a little more. You work with him daily, but it's like, I think there are athletes like that, right? Who are just like,
it's not like he hates it, but like, I think that actually really works to his benefit of like not having this be everything to him, because I don't feel like Bobby's like your typical distance swimmer, like, especially swimming next to someone like Katie every day, where like she's on like 99.9% of the time she's on. So I think like Bobby having that mentality for him is actually a really good thing, because he's not really your typical distance swimmer that's on 24/7. Like, I see Bobby have bad practices, what he would consider bad, like 3 times a week. Like I've never seen a distance swimmer taper more than Bobby. He tapers a lot. He rests a lot. Which is good for him. That's great.
And I feel like you've kind of seen that trials to big meets, right? Like you can see the taper starting, and then you can see it
pretty much. Yeah. He just keeps going. He might come up for like another week and a half, then he goes back down again. So, like I think that actually really plays to his benefit, because his ability to be able to roll off a bad practice is pretty remarkable. Because I mean, being a distance swimmer, consistency is such a big thing. And it's not that he's not consistent, like he is. We just know him and we know how broken down he gets. And he knows that about himself now too. So I think to be able to, have that perspective really plays to his benefit on a day-to-day basis, doing what he does, which is obviously one of the hardest things in our sport.
Yeah. Just to give everyone an update, if you're not watching out there, I'm seeing like 6 guys all in a line pretty much. Bobby's leading by about half a second, but Kuzi Tanselli, Florian Wellbrook, Sven Schwartz, Ahmed Jowdy, the 800 champion, and Zalan Zarkani are all in the hunt right now. And I feel like Zalan Zarkani is really benefiting from being in lane 1 right next to Bobby. He's kind of taken him and Kuzi out. But there are 6 guys who are definitely in contention. I thought the other side of the pool, or the middle of the pool, might be a little faster, but it seems like Bobby has kind of brought the speed over to the lanes like 1, 2, and 3.
I just got off. Do you guys want to hear about this interview?
Yeah, I do.
That was extremely long, but I guess we're going to be.
He's still talking. He's still going.
I think you might be played on the stream. They covered. He finished on my side, so I think our streams are at different points. But it was a rehash of what we heard earlier in the week, which I kind of wish we'd gotten sooner. Which is, he's putting into context all the athletes and how much weight they've lost. Which everybody's been in that position when you've lost a lot of weight, coming off a stomach bug. So just a reiteration of that. But again, I wish we'd gotten that interview earlier in the week with more context. This is a second drop in. The second part was just where we are and like where we're going to be going into the future. And he's taking stock in how Team USA has done in terms of like, here's our young talent. This is what they did. This is the medals they put on the board. We're very excited in the next 3 years. So really messaging clear, handling that well. Third part was we have such young athletes, and Ledecky's been around for so long. Our athletes can't put into context how great she is. And they're trying to explain to young national team members on her world championship team how great she is. And it's like people don't know because they're not old enough
to comprehend.
They were children, they weren't old enough to go to the swimming clinic. Some of them when she started winning.
I mean,
I forget which guest it was earlier in the week that said how many different swimmers have been on the 4x2 with Katie.
It was Mel.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, Mel. No.
Yeah.
And it just struck me as the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Which someone actually messaged me that the answer to that. I think it was 16. 16 different athletes that Katie Ledecky has swam with on the Team USA 4x200 free relay.
Wow.
Since 2013, with an additional 9 women swimming prelims, but never with Katie in finals.
Yeah.
16.
That's super impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought I would get to a swim meet and have the swim of the race of the entire meet be an 800 freestyle. But yesterday, I mean, that was one of the best races I've ever seen at a championship meet. That was
amazing to watch.
To have all 3 of those women just like go out and be fighting the whole time. And for 2 of them to be like 2 of the greatest swimmers in history. Wow.
If you're, to me, this was a crucial moment. If you're Katie Ledecky, you want to build moat around your 800 and 1500 going into your final Olympics, if that's your final Olympics, which I think it is in LA. And Summer is going from 2 to the 4 to stepping into the 8. And Ledecky was like, go back down to the 2 and 4. That's what it felt like to me. That was like, let's step aside. This is mine. But I don't know, that might be a narrative I'm just playing with in my head because I like it so much.
I mean, I don't know if they're thinking about it that consciously, but it's like, will we see Summer in another 800?
I don't think
I think so. I do.
You think so? I don't think so.
I think she hates losing so much that she's going to come back and do it again. And I think she's going to do it until she wins. I really believe that.
I think that 2 fly record is going to be a bug in her side maybe once that's done, the priority shift. But I think she's going to come back for that first.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I could see her taking it as a challenge. It's like, okay, we can do this. We can play this game.
Absolutely.
You guys are elite athletes. You know this. If I train for the 800, there's a benefit to the 2 and the 4, but you also, there's a cost. And
sure.
here's the thing. Here's the cost. I can train for the 800, but it's like, maybe to be at 201, under 2018, I need more speed and power. And I'm just a thin reed of an athlete who needs to build speed.
Commenters are saying in the CBC interview Summer gave that she said it lit a fire under her and it gives her fuel to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, good. So, I want to see it again.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. So for the men's mile right now, we're at the 11:50 mark, and it's Sven Schwartz and Ahmed Jowdy in lanes 5 and 6, and then Bobby Fink right behind them in lane 2. So he's breathing towards them on going on the way home, on the even 50s, I guess, which is good. I'm wondering how much he sees them or how aware of their presence he is, but they certainly are aware of each other, Jowdy and Sven Schwartz. So yeah, Fink is 0.4 behind them. Well, maybe that's wrong. Maybe behind Schwartz and right with Jowdy with 300 meters to go.
Cousin Bobby got that back 100 though.
He really does. I mean, that's something like I've never seen. And we were talking about this with Ledecky yesterday because like we have not really seen Katie Ledecky race a whole lot in her career. She just beats everyone. And to see her swim a race like that and just like keep inching and like her mental toughness really showed, and it in a big way yesterday. And I hopefully we're going to see that from Bobby here too.
What was Lonnie and Summer on the like all-time performances list?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Well, Summer was 8:05 earlier this year, so her time from Canadian trials was a little bit faster than what Lonnie went.
Yeah, that was my question. Not performances.
Yeah, I think Lonnie was 5.
Oh,
I want to say
faster a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Summers was maybe, well, with all Katie's 800s, I think
it was still top 10 though. I think it was
because 807, really good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Which is what Summer went.
Does Ledecky always come off the wall in that final 50?
She's started to work on that more the last probably 6 months to a year or so. She's worked on her turns a little bit more. She has a tendency not to like pick apart one of the greatest swimmers of our sport, but she kind of has a tendency to bob her head up a little bit before she flips. And so when she swam in Fort Lauderdale, that was the best I've ever seen her turns. Like that's literally the only thing she was thinking about. So
a lot of turns, a lot of opportunities to cut time. Yeah, I love that. She dolphin kicked off that wall, and I'm like, ooh, the hammer's been dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it looked good. So Jowdy into the final 50 has about a half body length lead over Schwartz, and I think they're about a body length both ahead of Fink. So they are really dropping there. Oh my God, he is.
Oh, look at that kick out for Bob.
Seriously.
I was going to say somebody needs to teach that kid how to kick.
It's working for him. His heels are way up there.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point. He's moving a lot of air rather than water.
Ahmed Jowdy.
Wow.
14:34.4. Sven Schwartz, they're at 14:35, and Bobby 14:36.
Wow.
Those are great times.
It's
a solid world championship. But I feel like everybody's watched him pop off at the end of these races, so they know that's in the tank. You got to be ready. And that's how they've trained.
I'm guessing so. I mean, he did it. Yeah, certainly did it in Tokyo, and then everyone was kind of like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Ahmed Jowdy, 800 and 1500 sweep at these world championships, though.
He's popping out and celebrating like he's won a 50.
What is it? Why is Tunisia so good at distance swimming? What's going on here?
I feel like I was talking to my husband about this the other day. I think it's like when Osmawuli, like he was their biggest star when he won the Olympics, like in their country, he had to have been. So I'm sure that just breeds more people wanting to be like that, like, and so these athletes, when, this guy Ahmed Jowdy and Hafnui, like they were probably 6 to 8 years old when he was doing that. So they see that and he's their biggest star and they're like, I want to be like him. That's where I see it,
I feel like it's the 4-minute mile, no one could break the 4-minute mile. We broke the 4 minutes and then people started dipping under it. I never
track
and field, but I never thought that somebody could go under a minute in the women's 100 backstroke. And then suddenly it became nothing. Or 50 seconds in the 100-meter butterfly for men. And suddenly it's, got a lot of, we got not a lot, but like athletes keep breaking that barrier.
Yep. No, it's yeah. I mean, I would assume Osmaluli for a period of time was like the Michael Phelps of Tunisia.
I love
Yeah.
Osmaluli. Osmaluli is
Yeah.
the coolest dude.
Yeah. And I mean, he swam at USC. He trained with Dave Salo in Southern California forever. He definitely had that Southern California vibe.
Os was the first Mr. Worldwide. Let's be honest.
Os was Mr. Worldwide. And Ahmed Jowdy has, someone commented this earlier, he's rocking the Nacho Libre stash.
Yeah.
He looks good. We support him. We support him. He's feeling himself.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he trains in France.
Yes. He's going to Florida in the fall.
We need to have Annie.
Flex. He's going to Florida in the fall?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not coaching there anymore, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wait, hold on. You're coaching at Stanford?
Yeah. Today's my last day of fun employment.
Wow. Are you in Palo Alto?
No, I'm still in Gainesville right now. We have a house to sell.
Okay.
I'm gonna hear this. I'm gonna listen to this interview.
I'm sorry, Annie. There's so much happening. I completely forgot about that. What are you excited? Are you to go to meet Chris, get to Palo Alto?
Yeah, I'm excited. It all happened pretty quickly, to be honest. I was not looking to leave Florida. Like, we're very happy here. But Chris reached out to me, and it just kind of over a short amount of time turned into an opportunity for my job and for my husband's job, really, that we just could not say no to. So they made it hard to say no. So and of course, it's like when you get there, it's just, you know, there's few environments like Stanford, both athletically and academically. So I was really impressed, and even before this, I had heard only really great things about Chris. I knew him, but we didn't have, like, you know, a personal or professional relationship too much, but I had met him before a couple times and had heard really, really good things about him, both from athletes, from, you know, other coaches and people that he worked with at Notre Dame. And so, you know, already heard good things. And then when he and I kind of got talking, and it just kind of turned into, it just felt really natural and seamless. And yeah, I'm excited to get over there, and we have a lot to do between now and when I get there at the end of the month. But Chris has been great. He's like, take your time. This is a massive move. Like, you know, you don't need to be here till, you know, September 8th ish. So don't.
Oh, right. Cause they start later, right?
They start later. Yeah. So, so we'll move at the end of the month, and we're going to do the drive with our 8-month-old puppy and figure it out.
That's a long drive.
Did you guys hear? Did anybody listen to the Fink interview?
No, I want to hear what he said though.
It was no reference to sickness. I wish they would ask athletes, say, hey, you know, have you been battling something? Where are you at in this continuum of health? But he just said, you know, I'm on the podium. I'm not happy with where I'm at on the podium, but I'm on the podium. And then the conversation was that we went back to Ledecky. Everything keeps coming back to Ledecky in the context of how great Ledecky is, and he commented on that. Of course, they're really close training partners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Wait, so you're telling me Ahmed Hafnaoui and Ahmed Jowdy are going to Florida?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a heck of a distance group right there.
Yeah. Yep.
I just think it's hilarious because
Yikes.
for Craig and I, we're like, we knew Nesty. We knew Nesty when Nesty was a child. Nesty was a sprinter. What is this about? If you had asked me back in the late 80s and early 90s if Nesty was going to be a coach and could coach distance swimmers, I'd be like, nope.
They do say that the best distance coaches never swam distance because they can give the workouts and not know what they're doing to the athletes.
Like, this is, like, I would just be like, no way. This guy.
Well, he had a few good 200 flies in his day as well too. I mean, the training he was doing under Randy, I'm sure, was far from what we would consider sprint workouts nowadays.
He faked a 200 fly. He faked a 200 fly. His last 200
I could
flies.
tell you stories about things Randy did.
I still talk to Randy at least once a year. I always drop in and talk to Randy.
Oh, to tell him hi.
Did you train with Randy, Craig, ever?
No, I actually trained with a guy by the name of Sticks Ballatorre.
What a
Ron
name!
Ballatorre. Yeah, Ron Ballatorre.
Ron Ballatorre from
UCLA.
Well, he grew up Southside Chicago, if that tells you anything.
Okay.
He would. I trained for 8 weeks. I was Cato Kalin, if anybody knows that reference. I lived in a guest house in Beverly Hills, north of Sunset, and would pop over to UCLA and training. And there were days when Sticks, Ron Ballatorre, would come out in roller skates, a Speedo, and a big sun hat onto the deck. And that's how he'd coach practice.
I think we need to bring those days back.
And so years later, Craig, years
fantastic.
later, I'm doing we're shooting a commercial, and it's a big one for Swim Outlet. And I'm staying at Lochte's house because it's going to be based around Lochte.
Right.
And I'm like in the kitchen, and we're prepping for this thing. And I turn around, and Sticks is standing behind me, and he's barefooted, and he's wearing little nylon shorts. And he's like, Mel. And he didn't say Mel. He goes, Melvin, what are you doing? And I go, this is what we're doing. I go, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I clean Lochte's pool. He's like,
yeah, he just loved being around swimming. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. If not, you can Google it. But if you ever think, he loved to run, he loved distance running. And so he would always dress as, the 80s, 90s distance runners would dress back then in those little shorts and but there wasn't a curse word the man didn't love to string together, which was fine for me because I grew up the product of a West Point graduate. So I was used to being yelled at. But yeah, Sticks had an amazing run. I mean, he had Bruce Hayes, Tom Jager, Brian Goodell, all those guys, Bill Barrett, Robin Leamy, not to mention several nationals.
Wow.
So, but Sticks was a unique individual. He was very Southside Chicago Italian.
Sounds like a character.
Oh, he was. He absolutely was.
Wow.
So no, I don't know. It was Mike Heath and Matt Zetlinski that would tell me some of the things that Randy would do. And Randy is also a character.
Do we have any predictions for this 400 IM? Coleman, you want to put it out there?
What was he go? 152.6 in the 200 IM.
Yep.
Is he gonna? He's
402 low.
Oh man,
I don't think it's gonna be like
358.
All right, I'm gonna say I was gonna be. If no one said it, I was gonna be like 359.99. I made the mistake of when he dipped under 330 in the 400-yard IM. We were making predictions. I couldn't go below 330 in my brain, and then he just blew past it. So when I did meters, I said he was going to go under 4 minutes, and I was way off. So I'm glad you put 358 out there, Nick.
Yep.
I personally think he's going to save sub 4 for LA.
Yeah,
interesting.
We're teasing. I would love to. Here's the thing. Do I think that he's capable of going sub 4? I actually do.
Yeah,
I do. I don't think he hurts. I don't think he hurts when he swims. I don't think there's pain. And then there's some people you see them swim, and I'm like, that person's not feeling any pain, and I hate them for that.
Yeah,
they're too talented.
This has been a topic all week, Nick and Annie. I'm particularly curious about your take on this. Nose breathing after semis. How much of a factor is trying to look not tired?
Go ahead, Nick.
I was never capable of such things, but I always notice it when other people are. So, and I don't really notice it in my events for some reason, but when I'm watching the live stream, maybe I see it. It's like, I feel like Reagan does this too, where it's like
Reagan
she does
does
like
it.
a 200 back and then like a 200 fly the same session is just nose breathing. And I'm like, what? Like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
I would do it. I would do it in the 200. In the 100, like, especially the 100 breast, I feel like sometimes on the women's side, like, people swim faster in semis than they do in finals. So you kind of have to, like, because then people try too hard in finals, and sometimes in breaststroke you go slower when you try harder. So, like,
Yeah.
you'd always have to kind of try in 100 breast semis, but in the 200, like, I feel like that drop off from, you know, third to eighth is pretty big. So you were able to conserve a little bit more in the 200 of strokes.
That makes sense. And I think one of the most memorable moments to me was Leon Marchand's 200 fly in Paris, when he, like, you knew he had the 200 breast later in the session, and this epic win against Christoph Milak, the world record holder, and he's just like, like, everyone's just going nuts, and he's like, okay, yes, I'm pleased.
I did it. Wow.
So he looks pretty good so far. This is an odd situation. He's in lane 1. He was 7th out of prelims, and so he is definitely.
Yeah, he cut it a little close this morning.
Yeah, which surprises me, but I guess he knows what he's doing. I assume he's 0.7 ahead of world record pace right now.
I'm not a backstroker, but I've never seen a backstroker so high in the water as he is. It's so effortless.
He's done an excellent job of managing his career. He popped off in Paris and then took so much time off. Bob was like, take time off. And he did. And he got that Louis Vuitton commercial and all these other cool commercials and endorsements. And it looks like he's had a whole lot of fun. Then he pops over and trains in Australia. And I think, and then paring down the schedule and just focusing on these races, I think he's threaded the needle really well in the last 18 months.
You got to be doing something right if you're doing DJ sets in Ibiza with David Guetta, I think.
Who's been to Ibiza?
Nope. Not I.
Just Mel Stewart's.
just Mel. Tell us about it, Mel. What's it like there?
I'm not saying that I'm a child of the rave era, but, no, I've never been to Ibiza. I've never been to Ibiza. I do love Spain.
That's it, man. So at the 250 or 275, Leon's just like, I mean, he could probably go 404 or 405 and just easily cruise to this victory.
It looks like he's warming up.
Yeah.
He's like just laid out there. This is so smooth.
His line is so nice. Like, he's got such a nice line in the water.
I like how he's still on the far side of the lane. Like, he's just like, he's not giving anyone anything,
He's like, maybe they won't see me.
Just in case.
Maybe nobody will see me.
I mean, he's 4 seconds ahead of second place right now. This is just insane. So Ilya Borodin of the Neutral Athletes B, which is Russia, is in second at 300, and Tomoyuki Matsushita, who's the silver medalist in this event from Paris, is in third. So yeah, he's 2 seconds. Oh my God, ahead of behind world record pace, but
he's going to come home in 28.
He just kicked out to 15 on his last wall.
He's going to go. He's going to come home in 20. He could come home in 27. So he could slip back under the world record.
Ahmed Jowdy needs to teach him how to kick on that last 50. Wow.
He just told the rest of the world to stay in the shallow end of the pool. I mean,
did he cruise? Has he been a 404?
Yeah, that's the easiest 404 I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Nice swim.
Matsushita 408 for silver, and then Ilya Borodin 409 for bronze. Sheesh. So what I mean, is it just the 152.6 in the 200 IM and then 404.7 in the 400 IM? obviously both great swims, but what is the disconnect come from? Because I mean, he had a couple injuries this season. He was training, aerobic freestyle and racing the 400 free with Dean Boxall in Australia. I kind of thought the 4 IM might be better, but is it just kind of the post-Olympic year and the 200 IM came together? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting text messages from Braden. He's like, "What? Who's going to Florida? Was that a confirmation? Did Andy just leak news?"
No, I think it's been pretty public.
How did he miss it? He misses nothing. He might be getting old. We'll have to let him know.
I'm pretty sure. I don't feel like I was leaking anything. I think he signed his NLI.
Gotcha. I think we're.
I don't want any part of that. Please leave me out of
part of that. It's too late now. Please
leave me out of that. I thought that was very public information.
Text him. I just went, yes, confirmed. So it happened. We'll pull
Right now, Andy's scrambling.
Yeah, please leave me out of that.
Well, and Andy's not at Florida now, so I don't know if you can say confirmed.
Yeah, but everyone is excited about your career. Everyone's, we're all still family, and we support what you're doing on your trajectory of going to becoming a D1 head coach. We expect that to happen in the next 2 years.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thanks. I don't know. Like, this is, the space that I'm entering now and the position that I'm going to be at now. It's kind of one of those positions where, if you want to be a head coach and you want to take that leap from this position, like, you definitely can. But also, you could be someone like Tracy Slusser, who was with Greg for 12 years and they did amazing things together. And she was a phenomenal coach in her own right. And it was just as much her success as it was Greg's, So, either way, I feel like I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now, and not trying to put any pressure on myself to make that trajectory. If it feels right and it's the right environment, then sure. But I'm really happy where I'm at right now. I never imagined having this trajectory.
Understood, respect, and we need more women head coaches.
I agree.
And because we're way out of balance.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Nick's wife's doing some good stuff too. So, we got to keep that up.
Well,
ones too.
We didn't really get the Fink update. I mean, I know you guys just moved back to Atlanta. What's going on? What's going on with you guys? What are you doing professionally?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Being dad mode has been my biggest job recently, but I think moving to Atlanta was kind of a big thing for us. So we've been having, that's been big in our minds and getting kind of settled here. But I kind of I kept the job that I had the past 2 years working with this engineering consulting firm. We work with utilities and distribution. So making it more reliable to get power from the substation to your house is kind of our job. So I've been doing a little bit of engineering and project management for them. And that's kind of what I've been focusing on professionally over here. So, and again,
Atlanta's a great, when Coleman and I were in Atlanta, I'm like calling my wife going, we should move to Atlanta.
Atlanta's
awesome.
I mean, Dallas was good. We liked it, but it didn't feel the same. And when we lived in Atlanta, we were terrified to move here just because we had lived in Athens for like 10 years. And Athens is awesome, and it is very different than Atlanta. So when we moved here, we ended up loving it, and we knew we'd be back East Coast at some point in our lives, and this opportunity for her picked up, and I was still working out of the Atlanta office, and we're like, okay, it makes sense. We're closer to my parents. We're closer to her parents. So with the baby, it all made sense.
I would rather live in Athens, but Athens.
Well, we can all agree that Athens is at least better than Gainesville, so that's for sure.
Oh my God.
Facts are facts.
Annie, I mean, honestly, Annie, would you agree with that though? I mean,
I mean, I've never lived in Athens, but I've been there
there.
plenty of times. I love Athens. Like, I think
Yeah.
Athens is awesome. I think it's great. I've really loved my time in Gainesville, though. You know, Vinny and I go to the beach pretty much every other weekend. Can't really do that in Athens, so that was a big draw for us. And being from Michigan, I like being in a warmer place. Vinny and I have done our time in cold places. Him being from Brazil and doing like 7 or 8 years in Bloomington, and then me being from Michigan. We've done our time in some cold places. So we're good there. But yeah, we've really enjoyed it. It's been great for us too, because like there's a direct flight to my husband's home city in Brazil from Orlando. So that's
how many pairs of jorts did you have to own to live in Gainesville?
I own a very stylish 2 pairs, but my Vinny, I don't think owns any yet. He hasn't ventured into that. I didn't know that was like. I've been here 2 years. I didn't know that was a necessity.
That's when you watch the games in the swamp, I feel like the whole crowd is in jorts.
I've yet to see that.
That was mean, Nick.
There.
What?
That was mean. You hurt my feelings. I went to the University of Tennessee. I was in Knoxville. Lots of jorts.
I'm sorry about that too.
Lots of
jorts.
Lots of jorts. I never owned jorts. That's not true. I might have some jorts in the closet somewhere.
With Tennessee, it's just the bright checkered stuff that gives me a headache.
My wife is a USC grad, so I married an intelligent woman from USC,
from San Diego.
Took her back to
Knoxville.
Took her back to Knoxville. She's a co-founder of SwimSwam. She's a really smart lady. So I took her back to Knoxville, and she was like, it was like an alien.
No.
She was like an alien. She was like looking around like, what is going on? It was during one of the football games. The checkered orange and white checkered overalls.
Oh, with the coonskin caps.
Oh, that's just
she's like, there was a moment. Where's a moment where we're walking around? She's like, do you have a coonskin cap? No, I don't.
Not anymore.
All right, sorry, that was a bad distraction. We need to get back to swimming. Shame on you, Nick, for that George's comment. I'm offended.
Have to dig UF where I can.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
Braden Keith just popped on our chat and asked, "Is everyone on this stream an SEC grad?" And then he remembered that Craig was, but everyone else is.
Everyone else
When I have a spelling or typo error, I just go, I'm sorry. I'm a product of the SEC.
That's the inside joke at SwimSwam. It's just that Mel and I will just make fun of each other and call each other stupid, and we're like, sorry, SEC education.
Nick was getting all nice and stuff, being the professional engineer, and then he just comes from the top rope out of nowhere.
When I outsmart the kids, and when I'm at practice and I outsmart the kids, I just tell them it's just because I went to the Harvard of the South. So that's what they're calling
what Auburn calls each other? Okay.
That's the word on the street. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Now UF is like a good school, right?
It's a top 5 public university.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's very hard to get in Florida.
You can't bring it back. Once someone drops the jorts comment, you can't get it back there. There's no.
It's harder to get into here than it is to get into UGA.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Way harder.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but I guess I always knew that Florida had a great journalism program, because I went to Mizzou, and that's their only really feather in Mizzou's cap.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to stop. People are upset with us. We got to start watching swimming.
Are we watching the race or what? Okay, sorry.
Start watching swimming.
They're on the blocks. We haven't had a race in like a half an hour. Sorry. So does Summer McIntosh break a world record in this just because of her fuel and rage after the 800 yesterday?
I don't know. I feel like that's a tough turnaround. An 800 final last night and then 2 400 IMs today. I'm not saying she can't do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if fatigue starts to set in. She's had quite the week.
Yeah. No, I mean, she has swam what 6 200s. This is her 4th 400 and 2 800s.
She's on world record pace.
And I'll say, like, it's very interesting. The women's 4 AM is really interesting at big meets, and sometimes the winning time and the podium times vary because I feel like the even years, the women's 4 AM's day 1 or day 2, and the odd years, it's the last day. So people like Summer who do like 5 events, it's, you know.
Well, you were also talking about, you know, maybe the discrepancy with Leon and the 200 and 400, you know, 400 IMs first thing at the games, and then it's the last thing here. So I don't know if that adds into it at all, but yeah, definitely what Annie was saying, that large range of first day, last day, you just never know, especially with the 4-amers, because they swim everything.
Did you guys has anybody commented on her fly and that the fact that when she's flying, it's like her arms are coming here, they're like it's below the shoulder, below the shoulder parallel.
It
like
is a little bit.
Yeah, that's I'm like, is that good? Is that is that going to wear well on her shoulders? Because you get shoulder injuries. It's like it's really unique compared to anybody I've seen, because everybody is just slightly above parallel on their shoulder line, and she's below.
I was parallel. Back in my day, I was parallel. I mean, I wasn't.
I feel like it might be better for her shoulder. She's not hyperextending as much with her head.
Annie, at trials, Emma Wyant had a huge swim, and she talked about you specifically working with her on breaststroke. Can you give us a little insight into just how you have tried to push Emma along in the right direction?
Yeah, well, right when I got there, it was fresh off her DQ at trials.
Right. And that was 22?
23.
2023, okay.
And the summer before, I had gotten DQ'd at Worlds. Yeah, so I knew what that was like, even more so from a mental toll than a physical fixing a problem, Here I was like thinking I had a perfectly clean stroke, and then I get DQ'd at the end of my career at one of the biggest meets. It was like jarring, but just really fixing the problem first physically, and then that only took like a month or two. Lots of filming, just kind of giving her some drills and some things to think about when she's in the middle of a really hard set and she starts to get a little lackadaisical on the back end. Just working on that physically didn't take too long. A couple reminders here and there over the last couple years. So I didn't want her to think about it too much. But the mental side of it was much more of a task. So I'm really proud of her. Honestly, at trials, because they had quite a few DQs in the morning, I don't think I've ever seen her that anxious before a race, not even before her 4 IM last summer at trials. I don't think she was as nervous as she was this year, but I'm really proud of her. I think that's a really hard turnaround to make. And she's done well. She just, in Fort Lauderdale, she went 4:33 for the first time since Tokyo. So I think that's a testament to the work that she put in on all facets.
Yeah.
Are we 1.6 over world record pace right now with 50 to go?
Yeah.
20 meters to go. Every commenters here on this stream are saying, hey, how many F-bombs is she going to let fly for being off world record pace? I personally think
dramatic.
I think she's just going to be happy with the win.
God.
Everyone's
look how far ahead she is. I mean, good.
It almost makes me wonder if she and Leon had a bet to just see how bad they could just rush the rest of the field.
I mean, 425
we're going to win. Let's just bet amongst ourselves.
Right.
425 is a monster swim.
Oh, tie for silver in the 400 IM.
That's crazy.
Jenna Forrester and Mio Narita of Japan and Forrester of Australia.
I did like that look on her face. She's like, yeah, I just turned in a 425 and it was that easy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's nose breathing.
She's nose breathing. Annie, Nick, she's nose breathing.
Why do that in the last race? Everyone knows you gave it everything. Like,
425 400 I am nose breathing after a final.
I couldn't nose breathe after a 50 breast prelim swim, so I don't know how they do it.
We are so disappointed.
That's different though. Oh, so Summer McIntosh is swimming butterfly on the medley relay.
okay.
We haven't seen that before. That's exciting.
So what that tells us is that 425 was a Sammy save up for the relay.
Yeah, she is nose breathing.
And she's jogging off.
And 434.01 for Emma Wyant.
Yeah, great swim.
Seems like a great swim for her.
Yeah, for the respect.
36 for Katie Grimes. So they were 5th and 6th. One thing, UZD, 12-year-old from China, 4th again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is her 3rd 4th place finish at this meet, which is just freaking sensational for a 12-year-old.
What's Emma's PB?
It's a 32. No, it's a 32 from the Tokyo Olympics.
Okay.
But I think that's her 4th fast. She was 33 at trials in 21, and then prelims finals in Tokyo, she was 33-32. Last summer, she was 34 high for bronze. And then she was 33 in Fort Lauderdale and 34 high at trials. So I think this is within her top 5 best swims for sure. That's a good swim for her. She just ran out of room at the end.
Yeah, that seems like a well executed race for her. That's great, man. All right, so that's the individual events. I think we've got 2 relays left. Craig's popping off just for a minute.
What happens between now and 2027? Do we go to sleep? We wake up and go to Pan Pacs. There's an NC2As in between. We get an NC2As. Maybe let me let Jackie break
2026 or 2027.
I'm saying it's world champs 2027. It's like you go from this to Pan Pacs to a 2027 Worlds. It's like that was I'm trying to put context on the fact that that was the last individual event at World Championships, and now we're going to blow through Pan Pacs, which is just a suntan. And then
stark contrast to the past cycle where there was world championships every year. So
seriously, three in a row.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, that was that traumatizing?
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Like every 6 months, you're like, okay, another one.
I know, it was really fun.
Went well for Nick.
Let's go.
Australia and Asia and
my God, no kidding.
The furthest places.
I think it'll be really interesting to see. We haven't had a Pan Pacs in Irvine since 2010. And I'm really excited to see the U.S. not only have a domestic meet for their big meet, but also just host an international meet, which hasn't happened since essentially 2010 as well. I think we had duel in the pool in 2015, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But
it will be our first hosted meet since then, I think.
You know what?
We had ISL season 1.
Who could forget?
That's true. In College Park, Maryland.
And the championships
and
in
Vegas. Yeah, in Las Vegas. That's right.
Wait, we in the same? Are Pan Pacs at the same pool? We're going back to the high school?
I assume so. I don't know what other pool. I mean, it's in Irvine, so
we got an Airbnb, like some fat house where we can walk 2 minutes to the pool.
We should probably get on that soon.
Yeah, Colton, you should get on that soon. You know the budget.
We're gonna.
I want 5,000 square feet in a pool.
Can we tell our here's our experience in Palo Alto, Annie.
In Palo Alto swimming wise, and they're not good.
Coleman books, and he has a budget, so he books based on the budget, which is not changed for Palo Alto. No one went, oh, it's Palo Alto, we need to increase the budget. So we're rolling up on our Airbnb, and it's me.
This is 2019 Summer Nationals.
Okay.
We roll up and we go in, and they've taken the house and they partitioned the house into like 5. This is like a 2,000 square foot home.
Very Bay Area.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like, they partition
take
the house.
A bedroom and turn it into 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms. Yeah.
So we get into the room, and it's like
it's Mel and me and Jack, our photographer.
And there's mats on the floor. We're gonna sleep on mats. and I'm like,
No, so there's like two twin size beds, or like single size beds, like you would have in a dorm, right?
Mhm.
There's two of those, and then we're like in one room. We're like we see the owner, and we're like, there's supposed to be 3 beds, and she's like, oh yeah, and then brings out like one of those mats you would do gymnastics on, and it's like,
Oh.
okay, 3rd bed.
No.
But
so I'm like useless during this meet, right? Because they're Jack and Coleman are going to do most of the work. So I'm like, so I'm sleeping on the mat. So I'm sleeping on the gym mat at nationals for the week.
Mel.
And it's horrible.
CEO of USA Swimming, but
Yeah.
it turned out I'm 5'8", so
Yeah.
the single bed was great for me. I was
Yeah.
getting the best sleep of my life that week. But Jack and Mel are both above 6'2", right? I don't know. And so they ended up, by the end of the week, they were fighting over who slept on the mat because you could spread out more.
And Jack got sick, and Jack was snoring the whole time.
Oh, tough.
It was a bad experience.
Yeah. We've got Braden Keith and Jack Spitzer in our live stream right now.
Jack needs to not snore.
Yeah, that was a
I just
rough
outed him. I
nationals.
just outed him to the world.
So anyway, that's our experience in Palo Alto. I hope yours is better, Annie.
Yeah, mine. Well, I qualify for Stanford housing, so I think mine will be better. Thankfully, just waiting to see what housing I get. But I don't know if I have a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, or what I should sell here, what I should keep. Like, it's a big old stressful waiting game right now that I have no control over.
Yeah. No, that's nice. If you get Stanford housing on campus, I assume I got to go to Greg's house once when he was there, and it was like, oh, I see the appeal here.
Yep.
Like, you're right on campus. You're right there.
He drives his golf cart every morning. Yeah, that won't be me. That will not be me. That's like all the head coaches. But Dan Schemmel was kind enough to let me see his house, and I mean, it's like it's great. So yeah, I was like, dang, Chris. I think people assumed Chris was going to get Greg's house, and that's not what happened. He has to wait a little bit.
Oh, there's a queue.
Oh, massive queue. Yeah. Like there's a priority list too. There's like a 1 tier, like 1A, 1B, 1C, a 2 tier, 2A, 2B, 2C, and a 3 tier, 3A, 3B, 3C. So I'm 1C. So I'm higher than I thought I'd be, to be totally honest with you. So I'm sure Chris is even higher than that. So I'm sure he'll be all right. But yeah, his whole family just moved out there a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I don't know what I'm getting yet. We'll see. It's gonna be a surprise for all of us.
I mean, I don't know how much clout swimming carries at Stanford, but like, got to remember Greg won 3 national titles for Stanford. Like, he wasn't. Yeah, I guess you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, they've won a national championship in a sport for every year for the last 40 years. They have like a 40-year streak going. Yeah.
Oh my.
So it's not just swimming; it's everything. Like that's like almost the expectation. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool stat.
Yeah.
Yes, that's really cool.
They've won an NCAA title.
That's called we are a hedge fund with 50 billion in excess and a little marketing school on the side. We can fund it. Let's be honest.
Yep. Probably.
Well, I think they're into a lot of sports that maybe other schools aren't as much into.
Yeah, they have 36 sports, which I think only Ohio State maybe has that many sports. I know the SEC definitely condenses its sports a little bit more. But I think Ohio State and Stanford are the only ones with 36 sports. So, which is about the max I think you can have. It's right there.
$50 billion endowment is just staggering.
Yep.
Wow. All right. So I'm looking at the Medley relay swimmers walking out. There's Leon Marchand with France. France is going to be really dangerous here. They were in Paris. They had the same 3 starting swimmers, and they were at the lead at the 300.
Mm-hmm.
And Johan and Doye Brewer, their backstroker, is having a phenomenal meet.
Mm-hmm.
Leon obviously looks fine. Maxime Grousset is coming off a win in the 100 fly.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be lethal.
Yeah, that's a good relay. That's a really good relay.
Yeah. So I thought in the morning, U.S. went Tommy Janton, Campbell McKean, Daria Rose, Jack Alexi. I thought they were going to switch out 3 or 4 legs, and they only switched out Campbell McKean with Josh Matheny. So we've got Tommy Janton, Josh Matheny, Daria Rose, and Jack Alexi.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this will be a bit of a crapshoot, especially those first 2 legs. I'm not totally sure what we're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And they're next to some stiff competition. We're seeing the Italians walk out, and this is, again, their first 3 legs, same 3 legs that won the world title in this event in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And their anchor, Carlos D'Ambrosio, is having a great meet. I think he made the final in the tuner free. So,
I think the Italians in general have had a good meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of
this Canadian relay is solid too. That's a real solid relay. Their breaststroker swimming great, and then obviously Ilya and Josh on the back end. That's a good relay.
Yeah, Blake Tierney broke the Canadian record leading off this morning in prelims in the 100 back.
There you go. That's a solid relay.
and they broke the Canadian record in the medley relay also in prelims, and so 3:30.8 was their time. But yeah, and then Ilya and Josh are both on form at this meet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, the last team I'll talk about, Neutral Athletes B, which is Russia. Myron Levinsev, Kirill Prigoda, Andrei Minikov, and Igor Kornev. I think they might be the most balanced team for my money. And so they're in lane 5, Italians in lane 3, US is in lane 4. The US is going to have their work cut out for them, certainly. And then, again, France is up there in lane 1. And they're going to be one to keep an eye on, too. Canada's lane 6.
What is Jack's PB flying start? What is he,
He was 46.7 this morning. I think it might be that.
Yeah, I think so.
He's going to have to pop. He's going to have to pop 46 low.
A 46 low would be really helpful, I think, in this.
This is going to be
USA.
Because he let off last summer, too, I think. I think he let off the relay last summer. So I don't think he's done like a real – because I don't think he swam –
He wasn't the anchor.
He wasn't the anchor on the medley relay last summer.
He was Hunter, yeah.
He was in prelims, wasn't he?
I don't think he went 40. I don't think he went anything like crazy, though.
Nick, you would know better than us.
A fever dream, barely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Nick doesn't swim prelims. And then Jack anchored when they won in 2023. He was 47.0 on that anchor. I know that. So, because they were all like, Daria was 50.0. I think Nick was 58.0. And Ryan was like 52 low, I want to say. But they're in the water. Okay. Tommy
so much anxiety
already is behind. But Russia looks good. Italy looks good. They're leading off with Thomas Chacon. Russia's leaving off with Myron Levinsev. So yeah, it's Italy. Neutral Athletes B and France. Janton is hanging in there. He's hanging in there. 75 meters to go.
Let's hope he didn't overswim the front half.
Yeah.
So wasn't there discussion about Orlando being on the leadoff?
I honestly thought, I think we wrote an article saying that could be one option. I don't think that was ever really a possibility.
I think it was a good option.
No.
I might be a little worried because of his shoulder. I don't know, but
what was the split? What was the center split right there?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I honestly thought tonight they would go Shane, Matheny, Luca. after the prelims lineup, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, they're going to switch out all three of those. I thought they might even put Patrick Salmon on after he split 46-7 yesterday in the mixed free relay, but I like Jack as the anchor. So yeah, it's neutral athletes B are lead. Yeah, what?
Braden commented, "No, Coleman, it was real." About Luca.
Sorry, Braden. I said it was an option. He was doing sprint 25s back off the block in the warm-up pool. Well, hey, he was ready, and I think that's what Team USA does. They're ready. So Minikov is in the water for neutral athletes B. They're in the lead. Maxime Grousset going out quick for France, and Federico Berdiso of Italy is right there as well. US is 2.3 seconds behind the leader.
Mhm.
Well, and I don't know how many of you guys have done fly on a world championship relay. I have, and when you're that far back between those,
Yeah.
when you're in the middle like that, you're eating a lot of waves.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's
rough.
hard.
Sandy Beach in Oahu.
Yeah.
All right, so anchor legs are in. Russia, wow, yeah, sorry. Neutral athletes B look really good. France is trying to hang on out there in lane 1. Jack Alexi looks like he might be able to catch Italy for third.
He might, yeah. I think
he looks really good.
The only issue, it's a long way down. It's a longer way back. So
No,
we'll
I
see.
don't know. He looks really good.
We're going to get on the podium, and it's going to be bronze, and we're going to have to unpack what that means for us.
Well, he's fighting.
Yeah, he's catching Italy.
He's fighting. He's catching France, but he's going to run out of room.
Yeah.
Oh, just gets in there.
Whoa.
US is bronze.
Good finish.
Oh, yeah. No, I called it.
Neutral athletes B, 3:26.93. That's really close to the world record, right? Wow, they were 0.15 off of the world record.
Jack was 45.9. Woo! Fastest split ever.
This is a good sign for the future. We're moving into icon area. He's young.
Wow, good for him. I'm happy for him.
He's got it all, and
wow.
Yeah, I think we might be witnessing the birth of a true blue ribbon star, which is we always have. We always churn out 100 freestyler that can do this.
Yeah, 45.99. Sorry, 95. 45.95 for Jack.
Well, he's built for it. He's like 6'8", and his arms go down to his knees. Like if he's not built for it, I don't know who is.
So how do we feel? We have all of our relays swum. We've seen our men. Yes, we had an illness, but it's a lot of off the podium and a lot of medals that aren't on gold. And I don't know how to feel about that. That's not true. I'm angry. I feel anger. Annie, what do you think? You're thinking something, but you're not going to share it.
No, that's not true. I think it's a mixed bag of things. Like I'd be curious to see the stats on how many of these athletes this is their first world championships. I think we have 3 years, and there's always at least 3 or 4 athletes every Olympic year, like a Lydia Jacobi, that come out of nowhere and have a surge the 3 months before trials, make the team and get on the podium or win or whatever, or are major key players for a relay. We clearly need that in the men's backstroke area a little bit right now. So I don't know, like we've had those discussions, I think maybe not to this magnitude. And again, like Greg said, like no one really, unless you're on that team, no one really knows the magnitude of what's been going on this week and what happened in Thailand. And like, no one really knows. So I'm trying to give benefit of the doubt, but I think obviously these kids want to swim fast. Like obviously they want to do their best. Obviously they want to be making world finals, getting on the podium, winning. Like it's not that they feel entitled to be doing so, So those kind of comments are what really frustrate me. Because when you're there, I don't know about you, Nick. I never felt a sense of entitlement being there. Like, you respect the competition that's there, So, so those kind of comments are really the only thing that frustrate me. But I mean, we've got 3 years. I know that every Olympic quad, the U.S. figures it out, no matter where they're at before that.
I'd also say that like the U.S. depth is usually what gets us like those extra tenths and hundredths, and we're not used to putting 3 of our finalists on the prelim relay. And I think the depth being just hammered by this stomach bug is like really showing its face. And as like I think you sub some of those guys out, which we're historically able to do, then that's a little bit better there, a little bit better here, and those things add up. So especially the 4x1, 4x2, definitely, you saw some of our guys were not great because of, there's rumors that people have lost 15 to 20 pounds at this trip, which is insane. The fact that we're having bodies swim is kind of amazing, and that it seems like we're gonna win the medal count and stuff like that and half our people couldn't, like one swimmer, I think you guys reported from whoever it was from a different team characterized it as 48 hours of hell, right? And it's like, if half our team's going through that's crazy. And I think I also think that this team will be it's a good bonding experience to, if I'm looking at the bright side, to start off the quad is like, I can't imagine what it was like in some of those rooms where if you and your roommate were both going through it, it's like you're bonded for life after that, right?
Yeah, literally.
So it's just things like that where I think added context and not just looking at the box score, right, is like really important. And sure, I think it's not what you'd normally see and what you'd like to see, but there's so much context here that I think is worth noting, and I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, I think they'll be better. But I'm going to give you guys some splits. If so, the neutral athletes be 52.4 lead off, 57.9 from Kirill Pagoda, 50.1 for Minikov, and 46.4 for their anchor of Kornev.
Mm-hmm.
France was 52.2, 58.4 for Leon, 49.2 for Maxime, and 47.99 on the anchor. Tommy for the U.S. was 53.3, 59.00 for Matheny, 50.3 for Dare, and 45.9 for Jack. A couple other standout splits. Thomas Chacon led off for Italy in 51.8. And Josh Liendo anchored for Canada in 46.9. Ilya Karun was also 49.8 on butterfly for Canada. So yeah, those are some really, really solid swims.
Let's talk about Luca. Luca was a 43.3 in NC2As, right? In the 100-yard back?
Yeah.
What's the problem with him swimming the 100-meter back?
There's less walls.
So
I'm sure the discussion maybe was had.
I'm thinking,
maybe Luca was like, I'm not ready for it. I don't know. Like maybe he hasn't been training that much backstroke.
I mean, Braden said he was doing Sprint 25's backstroke and warm up, which I believe. I'm sure they were like testing the waters there. But if he swims 60 yards underwater, that's so different. I mean, Mel, know the difference between short course and long course.
I have something to say. Here. Sometimes when people go to meets, they're turned on. Some people are not turned on. Mm-hmm. Some people are on and they're kicking ass.
Got to go with the hot hand.
And when they're on, there's something going on with your brain, and it's like I'm going to achieve here. And I'm sorry, but when a guy pops off a 151 after the things he went through in the 200 fly since he was a teenager, because back when he was a teenager, we were like, oh God, this guy's going to go 149 before he hurt his shoulder. So he finally got back. So my point is, I think there's a whole lot to say when you're on a national team and somebody's turned on and popping off at a big meet. I personally think he'd have been a 52 just because he went that 151. I do. I'm telling you, man.
I think he could have been 49 on the fly split.
Yeah.
I think he could have been
Like, this isn't Reagan Smith
I
winning the
agree
200
with
back
that,
and then
Kenneth.
leading off the 100 back. Like, it's two totally different things.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I would have definitely been intrigued to hear the conversation about him swimming fly. Like, I definitely think he could have split 49 for sure.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. I said it here. We're going to see what happens in the next 2 years. We're going to see what happens in the next 2. I just want.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he goes 52 and 100 back in 7 months, that's not the same.
I expect my anniversary Coleman Hodges email. We were wrong. Nell Stewart, you were correct.
He also he went 43-3 in 2022, 23.
Exactly.
It was like
He's
2 or 3 years ago.
Exactly. He's like a 4,100 backstroker right now. He's been improving.
Okay.
No, okay. I made my point. A part of his teasing. This is like we're gaming this out. I'm still excited about Jack because Jack is a cornerstone. That is a cornerstone relay talent right there.
Oh my God. Did you
The
guys?
interesting thing about Jack's swim, though, is after the week, to end on that swim, it is a nice way for the team to end, just for the simple fact that it gives us something positive to discuss going forward.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I think part of Jack's swim, frankly, just watching him was anger. He just went in there and just went, ham. And
Which to add to that theory, his reaction time was 0.05 and he was out in 21.2. I can't imagine that's so fast. So they're showing the medal table. Currently we're tied 8-8 for golds with Australia. Wait, no, this isn't right. Is it?
Yeah,
oh, I guess it is.
Correct.
That's interesting that China, I guess they're doing it for every country, like most medals, tops gold medals, which is interesting because normally I would think Canada and France having 4 gold medals each would be above China that has 2. But US is certainly winning the medal table, especially at this moment, the 28 medals total compared to Australia's 8 or 19. With one relay to left.
All righty. And Australia has dealt with the stomach virus. They've been having some athletes that have been hit by it.
To reference Nic Fink, I think this is a slam dunk for the U.S.,
which makes me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you at this meet you can't count anyone out, but if we review the facts, Reagan Smith silver in the 100 back. Kate Douglas silver in the 100 breast, Gretchen Walsh gold in the 100 fly, Tori Husk bronze in the 100 free.
Now, if Reagan does what Reagan does, Reagan pops.
She could break a world record.
Reagan's going to swim faster on this leadoff, a time that would have won the individual. That's how Reagan rolls.
That's how she operates.
That's right.
I think we should put those 4 same girls and then just spin a wheel to see what stroke they swim and see if we could win.
I would love.
Honestly, I would still be a pretty good relay.
Nick, you've been holding back the whole time, man, and you didn't drop your jorts, and I was waiting for something else.
Well, if we're using Luca logic, Gretchen could swim breast because she's been 56 in yards. I mean, literally any of those girls could do any of the strokes. I think if I'm picking the worst lineup, it might. Yeah. What would
I would guess say? Kate backstroke, Reagan breaststroke. Well, I don't know. Reagan.
Yeah, you don't have enough bad pieces.
Reagan or Kate backstroke for sure. Reagan.
But that means Tori's swimming fly or free, which is
right. Tori and Gretchen or Reagan swimming free. Like you'd have to have Tori. Yeah, Reagan's breaststroke is worse than Tori's breaststroke.
This is the most versatile women's 4x1 medley ever in the history of sport.
Yeah, like
across male or female.
Right. Reagan has to swim. Reagan has to swim breaststroke.
But then
And
you would still be
Kate-
putting Tori and Gretchen on flying.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
I think you basically have to start with your worst breaststroker and work backwards from there.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause,
the
like-
worst lineup would be Tori going breaststroke and Reagan going freestyle, keeping Gretchen on fly.
I think
Oh,
Nick
okay.
just puts us
Okay,
down
that's
these
smart.
rabbit holes.
Is Reagan going to do?
It's an
Reagan-
interesting thought experiment.
Is
It is.
Reagan going to swim faster than she did in her individual?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the thing. That's what she does.
27-7 out.
That's what Reagan does. Is she's going to do that here. Now, Kaylee should close in the last 15 meters.
Yeah, she will close. This is about the same it was in the individual.
Yeah, but Reagan's got relay strength.
I was going to say Reagan to me is a relay
Reagan-
swimmer. She just
Reagan-
loves them.
She's got
relay strength.
look at that. Look at that. Last 15. She's holding her off. She's holding her off. She's holding her own. Come on, Reagan.
Boom. 57-57. 57-30.
57-57. It wouldn't have won the individual, but that's a great swim.
Yeah,
She, come on, man. She got on the wall before her
Before
nemesis.
Kaylee.
she did.
And Kate Douglas is already a body length ahead off the start.
Kaylee's up at the end of her wall. She's not showing anybody. She's throwing darts at it. That's how I see Reagan living every day.
Every day.
Every single day, she wakes up and throws a dart at her face.
I've never really understood breaststrokers, but I gotta say our breaststroker right now is just it's a beautiful stroke.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're just laid out. It's just
It's really good for the U.S. that Kate's figured out the 100. Like,
Yes.
because when Lilly was announcing her retirement, I think people were like, "What the heck are we going to do?"
they always say
It's
that.
it's good for us as for this relay, and it's good for Kate's 200 because if she was stuck at 106 mid, how fast could she really take out her 200? Like not that fast. And then when she went 218, she took it out in 106.7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to pop champagne and start celebrating right
Okay,
now.
hold on.
I'm ready.
They're under world record pace halfway through. Do you I didn't realize their world record in this is 3:49 from last summer. That is disgusting. And Gretchen is half a body length ahead of world record pace right now.
It's gonna come down to Tori because I think Gretchen will be faster than she was last summer, but Tori might be a little slower.
Yeah, last summer Tori was 52, I think.
2-0
Yeah, that looks
this
right.
relay. Yeah.
God, Gretchen is way out here. It's all the way out here.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, Mel.
It's working for her.
So she's about 0.3 ahead of world record pace at this point. Great start for Tori. God, they are just leaving people in their wake. This is all Team USA. We'll see if they can grab a world record here.
Could she put on jorts and still win this relay? That's the question. I know.
Well,
that's what Nick's thinking.
That's the kind of racing that's in vogue right now. Is racing in jorts. That's what Adam Peaty's doing.
No, that's just how it's right. We got to shout out to Sockwell.
Yeah.
Come on, Tori. Oh,
all right, she's right on the line. Right there.
It's going to be close.
Oh, she's going to get it.
Powers.
No, she's going to get it.
Boom.
Yep.
Get it. World record 49:34.
Awesome.
That's not, I thought that was a 340. That was 349. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get those glasses checked, Mel.
Back-to-back nights with world records.
That's awesome. What a way to end it.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, what I will miss most about Lilly, King, Phelps and Lochte put up the post they do. Last night, U.S. wins 3 golds. Lilly tags them on Instagram. You guys been awful quiet tonight.
Yeah. What she said to me is, and she made a great point, is she was like, none of these, I said, she goes, Katie and I are the only ones on this team that know them. Like, none of these kids on the team know them. So, they're all, seeing their idols, make this, just really, they were upset by it. So, they don't know them at all, you know?
And they
So
all- yeah,
Lily's
they-
like, well, I know them. So I'm obviously, shocker, not afraid to say something. And you know what? Good for her. Like, I loved that. Like, I loved it because like she was like, I gotta stand up for these kids, you know, like I don't like this. So
They weren't talking about the athletes; they were talking about USA Swimming leadership.
Yeah, but they need to make
Yeah,
that
but-
much more clear. If that's
yeah,
the
I don't
case,
think
then.
they really made that clear.
And the reason why they didn't think that is because they've been having this conversation in the background with an enormous amount of people and big shareholders in the sport for going on 6 months.
Yeah, but it's you make a statement like that in World Championships after the men get fourth in a relay. Like how would the athletes not take it personally?
During the
I mean,
meet.
that's
And I would say the time,
Yeah.
I would say the timing was not ideal, but that's okay. Hey, we'll continue this conversation in August and we'll see how it goes. Let's put it that way.
yeah, but
To be
no,
continued.
it was that's a great way to end for Team USA. I love
It was
that.
104 too.
Holy, hold on,
Wow.
let's see.
Yeah.
We've got blitz. This world record setting relay 57-57, 104.2, 54.9, Jesus, and 52.5.
Solid.
Bananas.
So
That's dumb.
I see a lot of room. There's a lot of breath.
And a lot, yeah, 3 out of the 4 of them can be faster.
Yeah,
like,
they can push this down. They can push this much further. This could
and have been faster. Yeah.
Yeah,
that feels good because
No.
it sort of feels like I'm rolling into LA and I've got to lock on some gold medals.
I mean, don't we know that 2 of them like were at least battling some sort of illness or whatever, like, which is still crazy. Is like half the relay
yeah.
we know at least had some sort of event scratches or whatever because of what was going on. So yeah, still room to improve, which seems crazy to say.
I still come back to Reagan. It's like, Reagan, you win when you're on the relay, which makes us love you. It's like what's going on. It's like when you're going head to head, it's like the individual. It's like she needs her moment. I think I'm still waiting. I'm like,
Yeah, I think she's gonna have her moment. I really do. I really do.
Too. Gretchen, I'm sorry, Reagan took the 6 months after Paris and was like between Tempe and Austin. She was going to World Cups with Kate Douglas. They were having fun. She was spending time with her friends. Like she was not training. She was mentally checked out, which is awesome. And so, she has and she said this at trials, she said it at this meet, her aerobic base is fairly depleted. And for that to win 4 silver medals in her first World swimming 4 individual events, not bad.
The metrics are pretty impressive when you dig into the Reagan's myth cosmos.
And her
There's
time.
another thing I think you guys maybe.
Yeah. No,
I was going to say there's another thing you guys I think may be overlooking or at least not factoring heavily enough right now is that these Olympics are going to be at home. And I'll tell you a story back in my day. I mean, in 76, I was too young for the Olympics. In 80, we boycotted, so I didn't see them. So my first Olympics were in 84, which was LA. And I had gone basically a full 8 years without seeing what the Olympic Games were like. And unfortunately, I didn't make the team. I was 7th. They took 6th back in 84. But not knowing what the Olympics were, I was at, I think, the Iowa State Championships, and I was watching the opening ceremonies. And the home team always walks out last. And it was at the LA Coliseum. And all of a sudden, the crowd just went nuts when the home team came out. So much so that, I've talked to guys that were on the team and they said that the LA Coliseum was actually shaking because the crowd was cheering so loudly. And I think that there is going to be a lot of that at home. And I think, just for Reagan in particular, having that home crowd could really add, some spice to her swims.
Yeah. That gave me goosebumps. That's really
SoFi Stadium is going to be a little bit louder. It's 60,000. Yeah.
A home Olympics is something different.
Yeah.
Medal table. So it's USA Swimming tops the medal table in goals, and that's a good way to finish this World Championships.
9, 11, and 9. Yeah. Australia was second in 8, 6, and 6. 20 total to US's 29 total. NBC doesn't have to fabricate anything this time. It's good.
Nick, do you have any thoughts further on the jorts?
How much time do we have left?
As much
as you want.
Nick, you're invited to come back on at any moment if you want to talk jorts. We will.
All right.
We'll bring you back. We can talk fashion across every conference.
I have less expertise in that environment, but
you have opinions.
Good question. So we got a world record. They get. I should know this. They get $30,000 in bonus money. How does that break up? Do you split it up? Does each person get 30?
No.
They split 30.
Yeah, split 30.
7.5, 7.5.
All that BS.
I feel like it should be like at least 50 for.
I thought it used to be 50.
Yeah,
because world records used to be 50.
Come on.
Yeah, I think some of those World Cup circuits maybe bled
Broke
dry
bank.
for a bit, so they had to bring it down to 30. And short course worlds, yeah. Gretchen probably is the reason for that.
Single-handedly took out the world aquatics finances, which we know that's not true. World Aquatics is doing fine financially, but maybe they got a little stingy after Gretchen broke 11 world records in a single meet, or whatever that number was.
I've never known swimming to lack for money.
Yeah, just for the athletes.
Let's just listen to the interview.
Yeah, what do we got?
It was a big flex. They like that, It was a flex. That sums it up.
Gretchen was just
short.
like.
Gretchen said, "I'm 6'3". We're gonna win this thing."
When you set a world record, you can flex.
That's not what she said, but that's what she was thinking as she said it.
That's what her eyes said.
That's what her eyes said. That's how we do our unpacking, our analysis. What feel facts and what we think they were thinking. So I missed all that. Has it been 50K and it's been lowered? I don't think they go backwards. I think World Aquatics has increased payouts consistently. I was concerned about that in the post ISL. When ISL went away, I was like, is World Aquatics going to slowly pull this back? And with Brent Nowicki as our chief executive, it appears that they're going to continue going in that positive direction.
Okay, hold on. What our commenters are asking about U.S. swimmers of the meet. I'm curious if you guys have any insight. Someone said Luca Orlando for the men and Katie for the women, and at first I laughed, but then I remembered that Luca did win the only gold medal for the U.S. men. So I'm curious if you all have any thoughts on
individually.
No, right? Yeah, individually. Which
I put Kate in that conversation. She was a relay warrior this week. Won an individual
event. Doing Ledecky things.
Yeah.
She had the race of the meet was Katie's 800. I think was the race of the meet. Hands
even
down. Over this world
Men
record. I think that's the race of the meet.
Over any world. Yeah. Well, Leon's 152.6. That's pretty good.
That was crazy. But race of the meet. That wasn't a race. That was a swim.
Race as opposed to swim.
Yeah.
Correct. For the guys, it could probably be Luca or Jack, depending on how you want to weight it. But Jack Alexi was also, pretty fire this whole meet, and with those anchor splits on today, and then the last or yesterday, he had those good splits too. He's pretty good for Team USA.
I just want to say that I think the 200 butterfly has saved swimming again. It's obviously the cornerstone race of swimming. Orlando going to 151 shows us what true toughness is, and mental fortitude and intelligence and handsomeness. And Summers 201.99. Metrically, everyone's shown me after my comment before that it was actually better than Leon Marchand's world record. He emailed me and said, "Hey, you're right, Mel. Your field facts were correct. Your data was correct." So I just want to say you're welcome, guys. And maybe you could have been 200 flyers, but you weren't. No, nothing. Annie,
I did a few 200 flies my freshman year, and I had to swim faster in a dual meet than I did in my fastest tuner breast ever. So I kept swimming it at dual meets until I went faster than that. So,
I'm kind of keeping my pie hole shut on that one, waiting for Nick to come with something.
There would not be a Nic Fink in swimming if I was a 200 flyer. So I'll just say that. I would have maybe gone into basketball.
I think I would have to say this: if all athletes were fans, I could feel watching. It's like with SwimSwam, people don't realize I sit in front of a bunch of computers, and it feels like the Matrix. I'm watching the consciousness of swimming react in real time all the time because you track it all the time, right? And there was this feeling for Nick as Nick was coming on. Like people wanted you to do it so much. There was so much Nick love out there because it was long and it was hard fought. And
they wanted me to do the 2 fly.
I meant the trajectory
in jorts.
No.
The trajectory of your career,
and fly in jorts.
And everyone going, God, this guy's he's getting his education and now he's swimming even faster. And it was there was a lot of people that was very, very positive.
Well, it was easy to do with a bunch of people who wanted to help me out and work with me and could have done it on my own. So, yeah, happy that the swim community was behind me on that one. But yeah, it takes a village, and that was certainly true for me.
Mel, when are we going to see the Mel Stewart 200 fly with jorts?
Never. I swim breaststroke. I train and I swim breaststroke, and that's it. I run the breaststrokers.
Oh, now it comes out, huh?
I do it. Here's
what the best
thing.
stroke is.
No. I'm gonna put you this way. All training is in my world is vanity training. And if you want, people say I want a swimmer body. I'm like, no, you don't. You want a breaststroker's body. Breaststrokers have the best build, the best dimension, the best balance of muscle mass.
The most proportioned. Yeah.
They're the most proportioned. And
intelligence. I mean, you need the technique, the body control.
And I lift and I swim mostly breaststroke. So I might go a 3,000 yard workout. Half of it will be breaststroke. Legit.
Okay.
With what kind of kick?
I do dolphin kick.
I
don't do breaststroke kick.
I was about to say that would be a hot take is if you do 1,500 breaststroke.
It's pure training, and it's I breaststroke, dolphin kick, and I flip turn for your abs.
Ooh, I don't know how our commenters will feel about that.
Well, you know what?
That might really upset them.
We'll do a flex reveal later. After we're 6 months into the new breaststroke training
is. Okay. All right. Well, that's day 8, everyone. This meet's over. Thank you so much, Nick, Annie, and Craig, for joining us on the live stream today. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all our commenters.
I can't tell you how much I enjoy just you guys putting these things on. As a retired swimmer living a long way away from the swimming community now, it just really brings us back. And I can't thank you guys enough for doing these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a sweetheart. If you guys are watching now, there's Tony Irvin.
Oh, giving medals.
Anthony Irvin is on screen right now. If you're still watching, he's going to present.
Hey, okay. Speaking of basketball, does anyone know why Tony Parker was here?
I think he wanted to give out an award to Leon. So
that's
all those French athletes.
So that was a wild. That was not on my bingo card.
Right? Yeah.
Awards at this meet.
A Tony Parker cameo in Singapore at the Swimming World Championships.
When in Beijing in 2008, you walk into that arena. I was there all 8 days, and it was like presidents of countries, our president, NBA and professional, NFL stars. People were coming to see this moment. And that was kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for in Beijing, right? I mean, for for the United States, halfway around the world.
Yeah, you're halfway around. And
going.
The weird thing about Beijing was as we were rolling up, I was there early, and as we rolled up on the games, they were shooting off the rockets to get the fog, not the smog, the fog to go away. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, the entire city felt like the UN. It's they cleared people off the streets, and then suddenly it felt like the UN. It it was a weird experience. Definitely, I was feeling the totalitarianism.
That sounds bizarre. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Tony Irvin, look at him.
Does he have? Is he rocking the pirate goatee?
No, he's not. He shaved his goatee, and I'm very surprised by that. He's working that World Aquatics career.
I was gonna say he looks very corporate.
I'm supportive of my man Tony. We need more representation of World Aquatics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no, I do think that like rolling through USA Swimming board of directors and then pushing our people into committees, subcommittees, and into placement at World Aquatics matters greatly, because it's, we haven't had the best representation, and that is a slow burn, and let's just say it's we have a lot of criticisms for USA Swimming because we're hyper focused on it, but World Aquatics is complicated web.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On that note, we're done. Streaming's over. I don't want to talk about World Aquatics anymore. I have other work to do. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I don't know when the next live stream is, but